15th of December 2013, civil war broke out, and most of those we served fled into northern Uganda and were put in refugee settlements. And when I asked them what the real needs were for that community, they quickly said they wanted education for their children. And I said, yes, I'll do it. Within the same year, the classrooms were ready, and when the children were told they can come to school, we didn't have desks. But the children were so hungry for education. They went outside, brought little stones, they sat on, ready to learn. Looking back 10 years later, out of this little 2-classroom block, we now have 15 classrooms where 828 children are learning from. As we were making efforts to educate the children, we realized their mothers, who are always with them, needed something to put food on the table for the families. And that is why we took 16 women to train them in tailoring. So if we trained these women in tailoring, they would make the uniforms and they would earn a living. And this has happened. Now we have 32 graduates within this community who know how to sew, and they are making the uniform. So as you see the students in uniform looking very neat, those are the women who are making the uniforms. The parents are paying for the uniforms, and the tailors are making it and earning money. Additionally, we trained these women in agriculture because they always waited on the United Nations to give them handouts to feed their families. But we trained them to one day say, we do not want UN to give us handouts. So we had to train them on how to grow food that can feed their families. When they harvested sorghum and okra it was so plenty that they could not use it all for the family. So they dried some of it, ground it, and they packed it and exported it to South Sudan. As much as we started small, around the school we have church leaders who have gone through the church leadership training on trauma healing and peace building. And this is not just one community or one tribe. We are talking about 7 tribes and the host communities. And this is just changing lives, transforming lives, transforming families and the whole community. Today, we have 100 church leaders trained in trauma healing and peace building, and we can see the fruits of what this has done in those communities. I believe God will continue to use Peace International, and I hope He will join us on this journey.